In this morning's dish, the winningest woman in barbecue. Pitmaster Melissa Cookston developed a passion for it at a young age, growing up around pit fire grills and Southern Delta cooking in Mississippi. That passion was reignited in the late 90s at a barbecue contest, and she has been smoking the competition ever since.
Breaking into the male-dominated craft, she became the only female world champion of barbecue. After years on the contest circuit, she returned home to open her Memphis Barbecue Company restaurant, now with 3 locations in the Southeast. Her latest cookbook, Smokin Hot in the South, is due out in May. Melissa Cookston, good morning. Welcome to the dish.
Thank you for having me.
And I guess you brought barbecue, huh?
Well, not today.
What did you bring for us?
I brought some Southwest spiced flank steak with chimichurri, bacon-wrapped asparagus with a pink peppercorn vinaigrette, some mini sage biscuits with sage butter, lime cilantro grilled slaw.
Look at this.
Grilled fruit salad, and, you know, the well-known grilled coconut cake.
Yeah, well done. Tell us the drink also. It looks beautiful.
Well, that's sweet tea. Or maybe not.
Special sweet tea.
That's
Wink,
adult
wink.
sweet tea.
Yeah.
We call that an ice pick, where you just add a little vodka, and that way you really don't know what we're drinking on the front porch.
Wow.
I like special sweet tea. So we were talking about sort of how you got into this world, and like Anthony, I really wanted a whole hog right on this table, and I thought that's what you might bring, because it sounds like that was the turning point for you. You saw a whole hog competition when you're with your husband and said, I want to do this.
I tell you, I knew that I was at home. You know, the guys are like, oh, you should cook ribs. You know, they're easy. You're a girl. And I was like, well, what are you cooking? And they're like, oh, we're cooking whole hog. It's the most difficult thing on any barbecue circuit. So I wanted to be the best at whatever was the most difficult. So I jumped right into whole hog.
Now, I was actually surprised that there is a barbecue circuit. What exactly happens?
Depending on which sanctioning body has the circuit. In Memphis style, you're judged blind and on site, and you prepare whole hog, whole shoulders, or pork ribs.
Now, like, from what I gather, some of the teams are really big, like 15 people to a team?
Or 20 or 30.
Wow.
But it's just the 3 of you. It's you, your husband, and your daughter, right?
Yeah, I figure, you know, there's 3 opinions, you know, theirs and the one that matters, and 3's a lot less than 20.
We've obviously shown people images and kind of touched upon this, but it is still a very male-dominated world. How have you been able to succeed despite all of that?
I just never really realized I was a girl, I guess, or that I was different. They always just kind of treated me like one of the guys, so I went with it. And, you know, there's no ladies' teas in barbecue like there is in golf.
Yeah.
So I just went in and did my thing and won some big ones.
You didn't really have a formal culinary background of any kind, but your grandfather had a coffee shop, and how did that start things?
When I was young, my grandfather was my special person.
Yeah.
Aww.
And he would take me to the coffee shop where they would talk about fishing or farming or, you know, whatever they talked about. And it just happened to double as a barbecue restaurant. So you would smell those pits and the meats cooking on those pits all morning long. So if we stayed there long enough for lunch, then we might get to have a barbecue sandwich, and that's the best barbecue in the world. And I'm not sure if it was the company or if it was the barbecue, but it really doesn't matter.
You know, you say best barbecue in the world, and it's funny because depending on where you are in the United States, there are such different perspectives on what barbecue should be like. Do you find that you have to adapt based on where competitions are?
Somewhat. You know, barbecue's very regional. Texas has a mesquite flavor.
Yep.
You move up into Kansas City, they like more hickory.
Yeah.
In Memphis, we like a sweeter, sassy, sexy barbecue. Over in the Carolinas, you know, you get a lot of vinegar. In Alabama, you get some mustard and some white sauce. So, yeah, I do. I try to adapt. I try to fit the judging profile. Whoever's judging me is who I try to win over.
Smart way to do it. All right, as we get your signature on the dish, we want to ask you if you could have this meal with any person, past or present, who would that person be?
It would definitely be my grandfather.
Oh, I had a feeling you were going to pick him. All right, Pitmaster Melissa Cookston, thank you so much. And for more on Melissa and the dish, please head to our website at cbsthismorning.com.